Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Bit Reviews. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the game The Last of Us, since the show is going to close this weekend, and I thought I'd get more reviews. Since The Last of Us is such a big game, I thought it'd be fun to bring a guest on the show today. So, welcome. Hey. This is Lucas. Lucas, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lucas. As he said, I was this lovely man's roommate for the longest time, aka 1 year. Other than that, I'm Lucas. I have indeed played the Last of Us game and watched the show. Not up to date, but yeah, I played the game about 4 or 5 years ago, 7, whenever it came out.
So as we record, everything's going to come back, which is going to be fun. All right.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
So like as we're recording, things are gonna pop up again, maybe.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
I mean, I wrote 3 notes down, so
Yeah, and I'm gonna repeat myself as I do always. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
okay.
I'm gonna edit this out
It's
a lot.
part of the
too, so
charm.
it's fine.
No, banter's good. I don't know what you mean.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the story aspect.
Boom. Yes. Okay.
All right, let's get into the story aspect of Bit Reviews. Fair warning ahead, we're not gonna not spoil, so be warned. We're just gonna randomly chant about things. So the one note that I have about this game, I almost said show, because show's confusing me.
Show game.
It's good. That's what I wrote. It's good. Do you agree?
I think it is good. Yeah. It's arguably great. It's a solid story. Rips Sarah.
Oh man, we're just going into the death of people. Okay, so we begin the game playing as Sarah, who you end up only playing for 10 minutes because it's a total fake out, and they're just like, yeah, she's not the main character. She's Joel's daughter, which traumatizes Joel, which is fine. We need that in life.
Yeah.
Trauma and traumatizing. You know, Joel's the real big daddy. He's the main character.
I gotta say, I didn't play as Sarah for 10 minutes. I played as her for about an hour because I searched every single crevice of the house thinking that I was gonna be the main character and that I needed to get stuff.
That is
nothing was there.
That's completely fair. I mean, I'm sure you learned a lot of lore.
Yeah, she liked boy bands, maybe. I don't know. It was so.
I don't know. I don't remember. It was a while since I played
I
it
read the
too.
posters, and then forgot about them.
That's fair. Yeah. That it's a very small part in a big world. We're not gonna talk about the show. Screw the show. So after that, we jump. What was it, like 30 years, 20 years into the future? I think it's 20 years. Yeah,
That sounds
20
about
years.
right.
20
Yeah.
years into the future, and we get Joel with his new chick. They're doing something.
Well, he was single.
What?
He was single, right?
No, he wasn't. Well, he was single in the beginning.
In the beginning,
But
yeah.
it's implied that they're dating, I think.
Tess.
Yeah, Tess, that's her name.
We didn't review anything. Anyway, Tess. Yeah, I mean, like, it's implied that they're dating, but like, Bro never played a smooch.
That's true. That is true. But like, also it's the apocalypse. So like, that's maybe not something on their mind.
They did snuggle a bit in bed sometimes. Or was that just in the
I
show?
don't think just
That's
I don't even
just the
think they
show.
do it in the show. We're not talking about the show. Screw the show.
Sorry, that didn't happen. My bad.
Even though the show is my most up-to-date platform, even though I recognize every single difference, but it's fine.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. The show's irrelevant. It's completely another universe.
Yeah,
Screw that.
freaking.
So yeah, the games though, I think maybe they're just friends. I should have refreshed on that, but whatever.
They're very,
It is.
very,
They're very
good,
close.
Good friends.
They're very, very close.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they run into trouble because they got scammed for something. In the show, it's a battery, but I don't think it's actually a battery in the game. I think it was just like
Aren't you
drugs.
just trying to find the brother?
No, that's not really a plot line in the game.
Really?
Joel's kind of just like, yeah, he ditched us, whatever.
He's like, stupid, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like he has no plans of going out to find his brother in the game, as far as I remember. That's just an entire new plot line they added. He's like, yeah, he joined the Fireflies. He's on his own. Actually, doesn't matter.
I just realized, is this episode just 2 guys trying to remember the plot of Last of Us?
Which is really good for bit reviews.
Yes.
Where we plan ahead
And
even though-
review.
and review the game, even though we both haven't played it in more than a year
When did it come out? 2013?
before I even had a PlayStation, which was only a few months ago.
Wait, a few months ago? You played this game a few months ago?
Well, like last spring.
So like a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I played this like probably like 5 years ago. I have
Yeah,
no
that's
idea.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. So where were we? Joel and Tess get caught up with Firefly business because girl's name Marlene, yes, was like, hey, we need you to smuggle a person, who ends up being
Ellie.
Ellie. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. Okay, it's not a strong point. I remember Joel. That's it because it's iconic. I don't know how I forgot Ellie though, to be honest.
Oh, that's his name, Joel?
Yes.
Oh, I knew him as Pedro.
Okay. So then now they have to smuggle Ellie, and Marlene's just like, do it. Not giving you a choice. They don't really know anything about Ellie. And as they're escaping, they get caught. Oh no.
They did get caught.
Yeah, they did get caught.
By
And then
Fedra.
the Fedra's like, hey, this girl's infected. And they're like, wait, what the hell? And then they beat up the Fedra guy. And he dies.
Poor guy.
Gets brutally beaten by Joel. Just tragic.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
And then they're like, hey, Ellie, don't turn on us. And then they continue walking.
Like, I mean, the bite was like a week or something old at that point.
I think it was more than a
Probably
week.
like a month or so. I
Yeah,
don't
it was a
know.
really long time. I think it was a month. A while.
That sounds about right. It was
a
like
while.
healing. It was like
Yeah,
scarring.
yeah. Well, they do have the DLC with the post things, but you know, who needs DLC? Not everyone can play. We're not gonna review the
Who
DLC.
needs DLC when you have bit reviews?
Exactly. We can tell you. It's just the story of how she got bit. That's all.
yeah,
No one cares.
they were them all.
There was another girl. She got bit too.
Yeah,
That's
she, I'm
tragic.
assuming, actually died.
Yeah, no, she did.
Too bad, so
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. I forget her name. Even though they just played the episode with her in it, but you know, it's fine.
She had a name?
What? I think it was like
Alex? No, I don't know. Some girl. Some girl.
I'll post it on the screen.
Yeah, it's right here, guys. Oh, wrong way. It's right here, guys.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay. So, back to the topic. They're now just traveling with Ellie. They make it to the town center, except like they're in Philadelphia or Boston. They're in Boston, right? Yeah, they're in Boston. They make it to town hall, and none of the Fireflies are there. They're all dead. Oh wow! And then Fedra rolls up on their ass, and then they find out Tess is bitten, and she's like, "I'm gonna die anyways, so I'm just gonna go out in style," and starts guns and blazing
She did indeed.
as at these Fedra guys as Joel and Ellie make their mistake, escape. I don't know why I said mistake.
I mean, you know,
It's a mistake.
it's a mistake. They should have saved Tess. They should have done like a blood transfusion with Ellie and just been like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I'm surprised they don't try that. Like maybe she was the key.
Yeah, it's not like they totally tried that. in
So
the film.
I've actually watched a Game Theory, great good show, where the reason why Ellie is immune is because she's infected with another type of the fungus that does the opposite of the current one that's taken over everyone's brains.
So it's like an inverse cordyceps.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
It's like a cordyceps that just kind of hangs out with the host, doesn't really take over, but will not allow the other cordyceps to take over.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'll be
that's the
infected by
theory.
that.
I think
Much
yeah,
any day.
yeah. So if they could just infect people with that one, that's all
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
So that was the game theory, and I think it's a
Oh,
good
it's
one.
a theory. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just a game. It's just a theory.
We
A
should
game.
ask the guy.
Last map Pat. All right,
Who? No, the guy.
the guy.
The guy who made the game.
Oh, no,
Whatever his
I
name
don't know
was.
his name either. Who reads
Respect,
the
dude.
box? Now we're back to the story. We're gonna meet Bill, who is just chilling.
He's an old grumpy dude.
Yeah, he's an old grumpy dude. He's very angry.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He only helps Joel because he's like, "Fuck, I do owe you."
Yeah.
Bill is like, "Hey, go away," and Joel's like, "No, you owe me." And Bill's like, "You're right."
He shoots at him, right? He's like, pow pow.
I don't.
Like, you have to go through a bunch of, like, mazes and, like, traps,
Yeah,
right?
they do have to go through a bunch of traps, and then once he realizes it's Joel, he's like, "Screw you."
Yeah, he's like,
And
"Whoa."
then they go to the battery. Oh, this is like the first part where we're introduced to the big monster dude. I forget their name. They're the big fungus.
The bloater?
The bloater. Yes, I think that's what they're
Ayo.
called. Look at you go.
I know lore.
Which is pretty cool, and you know Joel fights it, and it's actually a pretty hard fight. I remember dying at least 2 times during this
I
fight.
probably did, but I'm a little so I played on easy, Because I always play on easy.
I played on normal, so
No.
get on my level.
No, I won't. I'm gonna play on easy on everything. I play it for the story.
That's fair. I have been doing that more because I realize I am actually pretty bad at video games.
Oh, I completely suck. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm horrible.
Yeah, so I've been playing on easy for everything else. Like I'll eventually what I just played the new God of War on easy. I just
As you should. Yeah.
Like,
I know
yeah.
nothing about combat.
Yeah, but that's not anything about
Irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. We'll get into that another day. And I'll have another guest for that video.
Of course. One that probably knows their stuff.
Yes, exactly. All right. Yeah, and now we beat Bill. Frank doesn't exist in this land. Well, he does exist, but he's dead.
Yeah. He's just
You meet him.
damaged.
You do meet him hanging in a living room, chilling out in the air by a noose. And that's how you meet Frank.
Yeah. He was kind of sick of life.
Yeah. I mean, he was just kind of sick of Bill.
Yeah. Bill a bitch.
And he was like, screw you, I'm going to run away, and then got bit and was like, crap, and then hung himself.
Seems like a very toxic relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very
Yeah.
toxic relationship indeed.
Yeah.
I feel no repulse for Bill because he did that himself. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
I feel bad. I feel really bad for Bill
relate to
after
my
that
boy
one.
Frank's there.
But Bill should have listened to his boy instead of being a crazy apocalyptic predator who was completely prepared in the apocalypse, and now that it happened, was not any nicer than he was
Yeah.
beforehand.
I mean, Bill is the average person who like preps for apocalypse today. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, just
Yeah.
wackos, obviously.
Yeah. So now that Bill, they got the battery. They're in the truck now. They're leaving. We're gonna go through the entire story bit by bit. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
That was a really fun part to play through. You get to because Bill's a funny guy. But you leave, you move on, and now we're in Pittsburgh. I want to say Pittsburgh, where we get hijacked. Yeah,
We do
by
get
random people.
hijacked.
Yeah, they destroy our car.
yeah.
They're very mean.
randos, they suck.
Yeah, they're very not
Mean,
very nice.
coarse,
Yeah.
gotta kill him.
They threw like a toilet at us, I think, something
That sounds about right. I can imagine that.
something heavy. I want to imagine it's a toilet, but it was probably something more realistic. But yeah, they do throw something at the car, and then you just crash, and then you kill all of them. And that's where we run away, keep hiding from these people. There's a lot of sneaking. We'll get into the gameplay later. No, yeah. There's a lot of sneaking, and we meet Sam is older in this game, than the show. I don't think, yeah. And they're also running from the guys because they're out to kill them and the rest of their group, which they got separated from, sadly.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fell into the same. Yeah, they are brothers. Yeah, yeah. And you run through sewers with them. You learn about a secret society in the sewers. You get separated at some point. You get rematched at some point.
Ellie makes a friend.
Yeah, Ellie does make a friend. You go on a bridge. Ellie's like, I can't swim, but I'm going to jump into this river. And she does that. And Joel's like, you crazy lady, and jumps in after her. They both drown, only to be saved again by Sam and Henry,
Yeah,
who were smarter about their escape.
Yeah, which like I feel like they should totally have taught kids in the QZ quarantine zone, how to swim. I feel like that's a necessary skill.
I feel like especially
Like,
I don't know why.
Ellie is a product of a zombie apocalypse, so she should know how to swim.
Yeah, that all happens. They escape. They go into this hotel. We find out Sam's bit. Tragic. He doesn't tell anyone. And the next day, they all wake up, open the door, and find a dead Sam, ready to eat them. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A zombie Sam.
Pretty
Rest
sad. Shed a
rip
tear.
Sam.
Mhm.
Henry then, out of pure sadness and not knowing what the heck's going on, shoots Sam, which is insane. I didn't think he would, but he was attacking Ellie at the time, so it's a good thing he did because Ellie probably would have died. So
I mean, if I was the brother, I would just let Sam kill me.
I mean, he did in a way because the gun was then pointed at Henry's head, and yeah, that happens.
That's so true.
So that was a really sad scene, actually. It's like nothing's going well with Joel and Ellie,
And wasn't it like the first time that Joel like made a friend since S died?
Yeah, and it's Ellie's friend too, since her
true.
friend died. So it's like a really sad moment,
Yeah.
honestly.
That poor girl. Wait, what's that girl's name? We don't know that girl's name. Never mind.
Yeah, we're not gonna look it up either. We'll
Oh.
put it on screen before. Now we're just in the mountains of someplace, and
Himalayas, if you will.
they're at a dam. Yeah, a few months have passed of traveling, and they go up to the dam doors, and they're like, and then some lady's like, "Hey, who the heck are you?" And then you just hear a guy shouting, it's like, "Hey, no, they're cool." And he walks out, and he's like, "Hey, brother." We find Joel's brother very coolly. I feel
Tommy,
like it's just like,
represent.
yeah, Tommy. I feel like that's just such a cool and interesting way to find Tommy, like just in the middle of nowhere. It's like, yeah, we found each other, even though logically it shouldn't happen. But
because his compass doesn't point north; it points to Tommy.
yeah.
Heart.
Joel knew exactly where he was going to find
Yes,
Tommy.
it's older brother instincts, you know.
I mean, they were trying to find Tommy, so it is a plus that they did actually
They did
find who they're looking for.
That's
Yes,
one thing
exactly.
going that they're going for.
Because in my logic, if you're trying to find something, you never will. So yeah, it's a good thing. that
So
they did.
true.
Yeah.
But they weren't. Wait, no, they were trying to find Tommy to find the Fireflies.
Yes, after all the Fireflies were dead, Joel's like, ugh, I have to go find Tommy because he's the closest connection we have to everyone else.
Exactly.
It's like, maybe it'll be nice to see my brother too, but you know,
Yeah.
they still kind
he ran
of
off
salty
on
with each
me,
other.
so
Yeah,
he
exactly.
did, you know?
So he's like,
yeah.
so they go and find Tommy. Tommy is not married and living in this really cool settlement.
Yeah. It's a real Drake and Josh sort of thing. He wasn't invited to the wedding. It was really upsetting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then Joel is like, yo, I'm pretty weak now. You should go take Ellie to the Fireflies because you also have the connections and are smarter about this and know exactly where it is. Unlike Ellie overhears this or runs away.
Which, like, why couldn't Joel just go with it? Why couldn't it be a 3-man operation?
I don't know. Joel
Joel's
doesn't
just
want to get attached to Ellie. That's like a whole thing. Joel lost his daughter. Like he is terrified of getting attached to another person in that way.
But
So it's like,
he's already done it. It's already done.
yeah, I mean, so the bond's already there.
Yeah.
But he's just trying to run away from it. Well, he doesn't want her to die on his watch again. And he's like, with my luck, it will happen. So
He does have pretty bad luck.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she runs away. They go find him, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna take you." They go to Colorado and find that the Fireflies are gone, only to be attacked by raiders. And Joel gets very seriously injured. Insane. I hate how they did this in the show. I know we're going to talk about the show, but I hate how they did in the show. It's
The stabbing?
so much worse.
The stabbing and then pulling it right out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like really? Like
Joel's
it's so
kinda
much
smart.
like Joel's still
better.
strong and a badass.
Joel is he's the MVP.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the main.
And I think him being in a fight with multiple people and then getting a struggle with one, which then leads him to falling off of a high thing onto rebar, is a lot cooler than getting all of stuff like secretly stabbed
yeah, just shanked
by
a
one
little bit.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they're trying to make Joel so weak in the movie show.
I don't.
but-
They shouldn't make Joel weak because he's daddy.
Exactly. Now Joel is just in and out of consciousness constantly, and Ellie has to take care of him. And yeah, they ride a horse.
Ride a horse
They ride a horse.
into the sunset. If you will.
Oh, I totally forgot about the giraffe. That was an incredible part of the game. I love when they brought the giraffe. I'm so mad that they switched the giraffe with monkeys.
Yeah.
I feel like the giraffe was so cool.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, they didn't mean they made a giraffe. They could have ridden the giraffe. That would have been cool. That would have been really cool.
I like monkeys. I'm impartial to monkeys, so I feel like monkeys was a solid choice. I guess giraffe would be cool. You know,
Yeah. Okay. So
I would have loved to see a zombified giraffe. That'd be fun.
actually, there's no proof of animals getting infected by the fungi. It's
No,
kind of-
they do have different body temperatures and whatnot.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
Back to the topic at hand. Let's go to
Rebarked.
now Ellie's on her own. This is where we get to the meme part where the lady's like, "Oh, a rabbit," and then it gets shot with an arrow, and she's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, it's Ellie killing a rabbit because
Yeah.
she's hungry. Which is
She's,
fair.
you know, thriving on her own.
Yeah, she is thriving on her own, which is really good for her. You know, Joel's still dead.
Healing.
Yeah, healing. Yeah, he's still healing. He's basically dead.
He's
at this point.
surviving.
He's still alive. Don't get me wrong.
He's
but
just doing his own
he's
thing,
just
you know?
dead. So
For the world. Like, I don't like.
yeah, Ellie gets into some troubles. gets met up with some cannibals, gets kidnapped. Joel finally wakes up and is able to just run around immediately after. Incredible abilities by Joel here.
Recovery is amazing. Yeah.
I mean, it has been a few months since he's been in and out of consciousness, but yeah,
that's okay. He senses Ellie is in danger.
Yes, exactly. So he's just full-blown bullet. And this is where we get to really sad with the cannibals. And I haven't watched the episode yet, but I really hope they keep the cannibals things because it didn't look like in the trailer. Ellie literally gets caged like an animal to get eaten. And yeah, this does great things to her mentality. And she manages to escape because Ellie is also a badass. And now she's trying to run away from these guys. You're killing all of them. Well, the ones who can kill. She owns a really knife. She doesn't really whip it. And then she finds herself in this nice restaurant area where the guy finds her again, and you get into the boss fight where you're sneaking around trying to kill this guy, slowly stabbing him.
So true.
Yeah, and he's also trying to kill you. So,
I don't understand the idea of cannibals in the apocalypse. They are basically just wannabe zombies.
Yeah. I mean, it's like in The Walking Dead though. Like you'd be like, "Ha, I'm infected," which is what Bob did to the Terminus group, which is pretty funny.
I never watched it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Ellie kills her first person here, which really changes the shift in the game, which I kind of really like because you get Ellie being like the funny goofy one, like not taking things seriously, while Joel's like super serious, like and then you get like a big shift in the dynamics here because Joel sees that she is really taking this hard, that she just murdered somebody.
Yeah, grew up real quick.
That was trying to kill her, like legitimately, like which is like really dramatic.
Yeah.
And now you get Joel, who's trying to be the jokey one, trying to cheer her up in a ways, and Ellie's just down in the dumps, not speaking.
We love puns. Yes.
Yes.
Also, freaking Ellie, she always had an eye for murder. She was always like looking intrigued by that shit. She was like looking at Joel killing people.
Yeah. I mean, she did steal the gun and secretly hid it from Joel.
Secretly steal the gun and be like, I'm gonna shoot people.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she did shoot people, didn't she? I feel like she shot but didn't kill.
No,
that was like the first confirmed kill.
I think it was with the rebar fight where she shoots someone, but it was for protecting Joel. So it didn't really attack her that much. While this one was more like
it was justifiable.
Like it was more personal.
Vendetta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we get that dynamic shift as they make their last walk over to the Fireflies, where they finally find them after almost drowning. Because they do that quite often in this game.
They can't swim. They should have learned months ago how to swim.
And Joel just is too weak to carry her now.
Yeah, Joel should just teach her how to swim.
Yeah, but they finally find the Fireflies. Yay!
Woo!
And they heal them up, and then Marlene's there because she didn't get them. She didn't tell them how to get there in the first place.
She teleported.
Which would have been nice. Yeah, she teleported. Even though it's been like almost a year.
She's like, I took a car. What did you guys do? Crash a bunch.
Yeah,
rode a horse.
We had a great journey. This is where Marlene's like, yeah, you can't see her anymore. We're going to kill Ellie. And Joel's like, no.
Joel's like, you can't kill Sarah. I mean, Ellie.
Yeah, and he goes on his final rampage, killing everyone, all the Fireflies, rescuing Ellie. Does he kill Marlene at the end? I think he does. Or Marlene lets him go. I kind of forget.
I really feel like Marlene doesn't survive. I don't remember her surviving, but I have no idea.
I think she was weakened, and I think she does let them go. Or she was killed. Either way, they got away at the end. But doing so, they set up part 2 because they killed the doctor, who is the next guy. But that's part. I haven't played part 2 yet, to be honest.
I haven't played part 2 either.
Yeah, exactly. We'll play it eventually. I was gonna buy it because it was like $5, and then the shop broke, and then I forgot, and then the sale was no longer, and I was really sad.
Tragic.
Yeah, it was really tragic.
I also don't own a PS5. I only have a PS4.
You can play it on PS4.
I know, but I feel like it's just gonna be like not buggy, but like choppy sometimes.
Yeah, it is what it is. PS4 is pretty strong. Yeah, so that's the story. I think it's a really good story. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I remembered all that. That was really good bouncing off, and I think we got like every step. Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think the only part you missed was you really didn't go into any detail about the beginning, like the car scene.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool. You know, you meet Tommy, Joel you go through the car scene. I feel like it's
Yeah.
really cinematically just very beautiful at the beginning.
It was a very nice,
Yeah.
nice scene. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, and I think it was really good that there was no draft in the beginning.
Did we drive?
Oh, did you drive? No, we didn't personally drive. It was driving for us.
Oh, okay, cool.
We were playing as Sarah, so like we could like look around.
We're looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were like in the back seat and we could look around
I
at
forgot
stuff.
about that.
But yeah. And then they get shot.
Yeah, so it was good.
I kind of forget that like Joel also gets shot in that scene, and he actually up his hearing.
Joel takes a lot of bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I told you. I think I might have told you this, but I want there to be, this is show related. I want there to be like a blooper scene or like an end credit scene in the show where they just do the animation of Joe getting bitten by a zombie, because that happened to me so many times in the show. Or in the game. I just want it to happen in the show, just once.
Yeah, they could do like a dream sequence.
Just like it's
We'll
a
see.
jokey thing.
Maybe they'll do it in this episode.
It better.
No, I don't think they fight zombies in this one.
What are they called?
Infected.
Infected. Yeah.
The
Because I'm pretty sure they refuse. The creator refuses.
Yeah,
to call
no,
them
they
zombies.
don't call it zombies. They're called. It's like
Clickers.
Clickers. There we go. And then there's the ones before. They're all different names for.
I
various
thought the
reasons.
ones before clickers were just infected,
They might be, because
and there's clickers and then bloaters.
Oh, that's another story aspect too. That like they don't really go over is like, are the people still there?
I think it was
when-
confirmed that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the people are still there. They just don't have control of their body,
yeah.
but they're
just
still like seeing.
they're
That's
just
why like you
watching.
can hear them crying as they're like killing people and stuff. It's insane.
yeah, pretty
um,
sad.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we should probably hop over to the gameplay now.
Very true. Gameplay.
All right. For the gameplay, I really struggled to get the hang of this gameplay. I'm just not very good at sneaking around. I also just mostly have played Pokemon before playing this game. So like, I don't really play many like games like this. Like this was like my first really break into new genres of gaming for me, because that's why I bought the PS5 to stop me from just playing Pokemon.
So true.
I really struggled to get the gameplay, but I think the gameplay itself, as it got more used to it, I think it's a really good gameplay system. You know,
Yeah, it was very smooth.
Yeah.
I generally don't like third-person games, but I did like this one.
yeah.
I
mean,
usually tend to do first-person.
yeah, I definitely don't think I took advantage of like the listening or so like you can see your environment as much, because I kept walking into people. Like,
Yeah. I do the same thing. But also, like, whenever I played, it's not like I wear headphones. Like I just use a
That's true,
TV
yeah.
speaker, so like
Yeah.
I don't.
yeah,
usually
I remember
hear
playing with the TV speaker, and then my dad got mad at me because he's like, "I'm trying to listen to something else." And,
Yeah, that's why mine was really low.
Yeah.
and like so I
and
just.
then
didn't hear
I had
it
these
at all.
headphones, these exact headphones. I played.
Wow, it's
Exactly.
iconic.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it takes some time to get used to. Also, having the limited resources definitely adds to the game too. I mean, if depending on the difficulty that you play on, you played on easy, so you probably did not care about resources at all,
Not in the
because they
slightest.
probably gave it to you a ton.
Yeah.
Normal mode, they were a little generous, but not really that generous. And then I tried to play the DLC on like the hardest mode, because I'm like, let's do it. And they give you like nothing when you play.
You gotta rely on your health
just-
bar, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. You just kind of know how to play the game well. And I was like, nope, not doing this. Went to normal.
Yeah, I remember just throwing a lot of like Molotov cocktails all the time.
Yeah, that is the key way. Shotgun and the Molotov cocktail is definitely the key way of playing
Oh,
this
yeah.
game.
But I usually just accidentally threw them out and missed, so they just like
Sure.
just
yeah.
was a sound distraction, I guess. I don't know.
I was really bad at aiming. It took me it took me way too many bullets to kill things. I just miss
Yeah.
every single time.
I feel like it might have auto aimed for easy. I don't know.
Nah, I mean, yeah, there were the skill sets that allowed it easier to aim, because it does like wobble. That's like the thing. It's
So
like,
true,
we'll make
yeah.
it less wobbly as you get through. The skill set, I kind of forgot what was in the skill system. To be honest. I think it just kind of expanded on small things
I
like
actually
your
completely forgot there was a
hindsight
skill tree at all.
and what?
I completely forgot there was a skill tree at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not really a skill tree. It's kind of like, here's some skills, level them up. Yeah, I don't think there was like an actual like skill tree.
Tragic.
But I remember it being really hard to fill it up, and like it took a lot of time. Like it was like a slow thing. Like they weren't really generous with giving you level up points.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the game, like I felt like I was still like level 2. So
Meanwhile, I was probably like level 20 with my easy mode. It was great.
I don't know if that's such a different game. I think the crafting system was well placed. I think just being able to hear your resources, make the resources that you think you need instead of giving the resources instead, it adds a little bit more fun element to it because you got to strategize yourself before going to the game. And this game definitely doesn't reward guns and blazing in any way.
No.
If you're playing on easy mode, I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
but
no,
like not
usually.
really.
No. I mean that's my general style of guns blazing. Like I just try to shoot and get them all at once, but
that's fair.
It never happened. I always die.
Yeah,
it's just so tragic.
I mean, in the levels against the people, you could do a little bit more, but like with the clickers, you definitely could not just go in gun blazing. You have to sneak around.
You had to like unload the entire clip on them, right?
Yeah, because they're just so much faster than you, and you're just like, oh, you're dead. Well, like with the people, it's like, yeah, they may shoot at you, but like half the time their aim is amazing, and you can just hide behind a thing, and they'll just keep shooting at the thing until they have to reload, and they just go up and like, bang. I always miss my shot, so.
My aim's.
I definitely died a lot in this game. That is for sure.
Should have had like a death counter on me.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of sneaking. Lots of sneaking. But that was kind of just the big element of the game, so. Yeah, but what else about the gameplay? You could, you don't drive, because the one time you get a car, it's just cutscenes.
Yeah, so true.
So.
Ellie, didn't she help sometimes? Oh, ladder.
Oh, ladders. Oh, I love ladders. I was so sad by the lack of ladders in the show.
Lack of ladders in the show.
The lack of ladders
is negative.
Just a huge negative. The one time I saw a ladder in episode 3, I got so excited, and then they just never showed ladders ever again. I was just like,
it was tragic. Joel using a ladder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Having to go get ladders to get up places was such a fun aspect. I don't know why. I just really like that part.
Exactly. You sent me a picture of the show of someone using a ladder, and I thought it was Joel. So when I watched the episode, I was like, where's the ladder? Where's Joel?
Exactly. Joel never used a ladder. It's just gotta go pick up those ladders. I think the rafting was probably my least favorite part of the game, just because the swimming was slow, and then you just have to like, it was just quirky. It was just tedious, not really like my thing. And it's like, why can't you just swim, girl? Gosh.
Yeah, like I get it. They probably want to like admire the surroundings and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. But like Joel's like here out scuba diving, trying to get Ellie to safety.
Yeah,
and I just can't swim.
I don't really know. Gameplay wise,
yeah, I think
sneaking was just the absolute annoying part.
I think it was just like it was just an element. Once you got good at it, I kind of enjoyed the sneaking. It's tedious. Like every sneaking is going to be tedious in a way, but I think they did it in a good system though, because like you could use items to distract people. Like you could make it easier to sneak around. You just have to be smart about it.
And I threw a lot of bricks.
Lots of bricks, yes. Yeah. Throwing bricks at people's heads and getting them.
Oh my god,
was so funny to look at. Yeah. Oh, there's a multiplayer section of the game. I've never once played that.
There's multiplayer?
Yeah, there's multiplayer.
Never knew that.
Yeah, I've never played it ever. So, no. Okay, so that's the gameplay. Yeah.
Yes. Some enemies.
Kill them, run away. You don't even have to fight. You can go through the entire game without fighting anyone, I think.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I used a knife in a lot of the game. I didn't even use a gun, mostly. Just because I was too scared.
Actually, that's not true. Like, I mean, like, boss fights, you obviously have to fight them. But, like, non-boss fights, you don't have to fight anyone. You could just sneak past everyone. So, yeah, that's the gameplay. Let's move on to the final score. Alright, so The Last of Us is, I think, a really good game. Fun to play, has a really good story that goes in depth, a lot of characters. It is super sad, and I haven't played the sequels, but I do hope they do better in that. I mean, I already know the story of the sequel, so like it is what it is.
I never played it, but I do know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, I don't know how it ends.
Yeah, after the show came on, I kept recommending me play it. Also, we're talking about The Last of Us, the original. We're not talking about the part 1, the remastered one that they just released for the PS5.
Is there a difference?
I don't know if there's any difference.
Just in case if there is.
Just in case there is a difference. We're not talking about the new one. We're talking about the original.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to give The Last of Us a 7.2 out of 8. What about you, Lucas?
I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 8.
Nice. Okay.
Just because I hate sneaking.
It's a big point drop off. You guys like seeing guests. I'd definitely bring on more in the future.
Yes, more that are more knowledgeable in these games.
Exactly. He's not a gamer.
Not in the slightest.
I thought it'd be fun to bring him on.
Because I'm such a happy-go-lucky character.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. So with that, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next Rebate reviews, which you should watch. That's that way.